Hey everybody, it's me, Marco from Analog Things, and today I want to show you how we create Polaroid transparencies and what creative techniques I used it for. What is a Polaroid transparency actually? So a Polaroid transparency is the top layer of the black and white Polaroid from Polaroid Originals, separated from the background, so you have a transparent layer that you can work with in creative techniques. What do we need for that? That's actually a black and white film. You can use either the 600 or the 670 film, and we need a picture. So first things first, I'm gonna load our 600 camera with the film and take a picture. Okay, since I'm alone here right now and I just want to show you that stuff, I'm gonna take, snaps in, close-up lens, you remember from the 600 video. So we have the camera and we're gonna take a little portrait of myself. 60 centimeters to 1.20 meters, so I got pretty long arms. It should work out like this. And let's take a picture. That's bright. Okay, picture is here. Put it down and let it develop right now. In the meantime, I will show you what we can do and how we can work with that. This is actually an integral film developed by Polaroid Originals. It's black and white and it works perfectly for this technique. What we need later is a cutter knife. So prepare a cutter knife and the developed image. That's everything we need. This technique also works for larger formats. So I prepared one of my older shots, which is this one, and that's an 8x10 Polaroid. Now you can't see really much. There's a face of the beautiful Sophie on front of the image. But if I grab some paper and put it behind it, you can make some pretty nice looks. So that's with a yellow paper. We can just like spice it a little bit up and go like this and do two colors and get something like that. So there's a lot of creative ideas you can work with and get some nice shots out of it. We can also use a gold paper. I have this one and I really love the gold. So if we put the gold behind Sophie, it should look pretty cool. As you can see, that's a beautiful Sophie on gold. And it gives you a really nice effect. I use this technique a lot for my 8x10s, but a friend of mine is also working with more layers, which is really amazing. So you take a lot of images and layer them over each other. He took a photo of me a few years back in Milan, and that's how it turns out. Unfortunately here you can't see really, but I will show you on the light table right now how it looks like. As you can see, there's 3 images. These 3 images are separated by foam board. Like, yeah, every image is like 3 millimeters apart from another one. So you get a really nice layered image and get that neat effect. So I don't know if you can see. Maybe you can see. Like this. Okay. So we got the layers here and you can see in the back. So this picture was taken by Paolo and he's also really cool Polaroid fanatic, let's say it like this. We can also take the color sheets back behind this one and we got a yellow background. Just keep your head free and play with a lot of ideas. You can do whatever you want. I got my image already here, that's developing pretty fast. And it's a lot of black behind and just the white in the middle. That's not ideal for transparency. For transparency I would prefer like a white backdrop and image in the middle or somewhere around. Then the effect works better if you work layered. If you just work with this one, you get like this dark in the back and it doesn't work that well. But just for showing you how it works, we will take this image. So the image is finally developed and it's really necessary that you're in the time frame. You shouldn't take too long to do that after the image is developed. So image is developed, you got the paper cutting knife right here and we got the image. My technique is with the paper knife. You could also take a scissor and cut around the edge, which I don't like because then you destroy the look of the image. My technique is a little bit harder to learn, but it works perfectly and the image still looks like an original. So we're gonna take the knife and I'm gonna hold the image on top here where the developer pad is. It sucks off all the developer that's too much in the image. So I'm gonna hold it here on top just with 2 fingers. I'm gonna take the knife and put the knife like softly on this edge here, and then I'm gonna go with a little bit of pressure over this edge. So I hope you can see. So the image gets cut off just on the side. So it cuts off this little strip of the side of the image. You will see some blue paste. That's developer. Please don't touch that. If you touch it, wash your hands. It's the photochemistry and it can be dangerous for your eyes. So we did the first side and you can see there's like this opening. Like I cut off the sides so we are open on the sides. We do the other side, the same technique. We put the knife there again, hold it on the top of the image, put your fingers there, put the knife there and just slowly go over the edge and cut off the corner of the image. I cut off both sides of the image now. If you take a close look on the image, there's two layers. There's the back layer, this one, and there's the front layer. You will see that with your eyes, and you need to go with your knife in between these two layers. So we are in these two layers. You can, my blade is in between. And now I just slowly cut down the image. So the image is cut open, and that here is actually the developer pods where the developer is in the film. So let me show you exactly. This is the developer pods, and now we cut it open. On the left and right side down here you see two little black stripes. These stripes are there to hold the image in place. We need to cut them off. So we take the knife and go below this black, between the image and the black. Watch out that you don't go too far. And then we just cut it open. Yes, so first side is cut off. Then we do it on the other side. Also go between there, cut it off. Perfect. It's really helpful to have a sharp knife for this. So now I got it open, and the most important thing is right now, we want a clear image. If I just go really fast and separate it, I will have developer stains on the back of the image, but we don't want that. So I take the image on both sides and slowly separate them from each other. I try to bend the image as much as possible in this direction so the chemistry doesn't stick to the image. So you can already see there's chemistry on the back but not on the image. And slowly go down the image so there's no developer on that image. So we go down and down. You hear it open. So we got a few stains over there. It's not a perfect one, but it's still pretty good. Okay, so we are separated. Now we have the back layer here, and that's the front layer. And you can see, that's actually transparent. Woohoo! Perfect, it works. So we got a few white stains on the back here. You can see them here on the side and here on the side. That's actually because I didn't bend it slow enough, and that happens a lot of times that you have this one. On the first transparency you will always have stains. I'm pretty sure. It takes some experience to do that. It also works the same for the 8x10, but there it's a lot harder because you need to bend it really hard and the stains are like everywhere normally, so it's quite a adventure. What I do now is I cut off the back. You could actually leave the back on and put the paper between and save the image for later if you don't have water with you to do a Polaroid lift, which I will show you next time. And what a Polaroid lift is, that's actually one of these here. That's a Polaroid 8x10 lift. And we did just the first step to go to this step. And next time I will show you how to do that. And the video should be linked up there then. So what I do next is I separate these two layers from each other by taking the image, going with my knife here on the edge and just cutting through. Then there's like a little knob at the end and just rip it apart. I got my transparency and the frame still looks intact. So there's no problem showing it off like this because the frame still looks like a perfect Polaroid. Now I can just take my backdrop, which I have already prepared here, like my yellow one again. Oh, come on, I'm sweet today. Let's take the pinkish one. Pinky. And put it on pink. And you can see, woohoo! Here is like Smiley McSmile face on pink backdrop. But you can see, the black doesn't work that good on transparency, but the white does. And as pale as I am, I work pretty good on pink. I think that's it. That's pretty simple to do. But you can do a lot of amazing stuff with it. Layer the image, put some silver behind it, put gold behind it. You can take tin foil behind it, do whatever you want. Okay, one thing to mention. If you have the Polaroid transparency, don't touch it in the back. Because if you touch in the back, could be that you leave stains there, and if you have like not clean hands, could be that you see them. Maybe not at the first day, but maybe after some months. I have a few 8x10s, which I didn't think about that. And they have fingerprints on the back where I touched them. So watch out, don't touch them in the back. Just put a paper behind it and you're fine. So that's it for today. We got a Polaroid transparency and we are ready for the next video next week, which is the Polaroid lift, which I really love and I hope you like it too. So hope you liked the video. Drop me a like and a subscribe below if you liked it, and if you have any questions, just give me a comment in the section below and I'm happy to answer them. Bye! See you next time!